and I'm running in orange. It's autumn 2009 and the leaves are big and crispy, wrapping around my feet. And I'm leaping over them, kicking them, crunching conkers. I haven't run for years. I haven't run since I was a teenager, running up Mulvamai Hill in Wales, me and a gaggle of sweaty teenage girls, hormones raging. A woman overtakes me in bright lycra, ponytail swinging. I'm chasing her. I'll catch you next time. Oh, this is harder than I thought. Dogs yapping at your heels. Down, boy. I'm developing a running soundtrack. Can you hear me running? My friends call me Lou. I'm an actress, singer, mother, wife, big parts, small parts, lying on the floor parts. Juliet in search of her Romeo, who ended up with a safer bet of Benvolio. I married him in real life. PC, climbing up every mountain, Sound of Music, WDC. I shout in soaps, the operas of hope, to characters in grim situations, desperate for change. I clean drains, look at stains, check carpets are spotless, paint walls in adverts that make you think my life is better than it is. I'm a mother, a real mother, and a TV mum. First to babies, now to teenagers. Things are changing. I sang Sondheim at the National Theatre, 1995, a little night music with Judi Dench. We opened the show, waltzing and singing the high notes, harmonising. Our voices fill the Olivier stage, circling like birds and flying up to the gods. My heart is full, and I sing with Judy. The first Welsh play to reach the Royal National Theatre is Undermill Wood by Dylan Thomas. I'm Gossamer Bainan, high-heeled and lustful. I don't care if he is common. I want to gobble him up. I don't care if he does drop his H's, as long as he's all cucumber and hooves. I shout in soaps. Excuses. You just sound like my ex-husband. You've been seeing the other ones. Ian Bill, you lied to me. And then in 2008, I have a sore throat. Infection, bout of tonsillitis, which clears with antibiotics, but my voice is still weak, husky, I can't reach the high notes, more blood tests. So my GP refers me to a speech and language therapist at an ENT hospital. Speech and language therapy. I trained for 3 years at the Guildhall School of Music and Drama with voice experts, including Patsy Rodenberg, OBE. So I walked to the hospital. Okay, so I am Dr. Ruth Epstein. I am the head of speech and language therapy at the Royal National Throat, Nose and Ear Hospital, and also a consultant, speech and language therapist with a specialty in ear, nose and throat. I think the most, I feel there is no one day that passes that I don't feel privileged, because I feel that I add value. So I think that the greatest asset that I have is to be able to facilitate rehabilitation, to help people through their journey. So I really kind of regard myself with each and every individual that I treat. We almost like embark on a journey. And then I see my role as empowering my patients. Dr. Epstein Epstein sends me off with voice exercises and information. I practice the straw exercise every day. I will avoid coffee, alcohol, chocolate, smoky places, noisy places. There goes my social life. I've always had a deep voice. I used to belt out Rodgers and Hammerstein songs at every opportunity, but I will try to rest my voice. 2009. It's a cold, bright February morning. I've got my scarf on. My dad always tells me to wear my scarf to protect my voice. I'm on my way to an audition in the West End. My voice is feeling better, so I skip to the theatre, ready for an audition in Mamma Mia. Oh, hi Louise, hi. Yeah, great to see you today. Good, good. So, yeah, you've got 2 songs for us today? Great, lovely. Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm moving and shaking and disco dancing. Cue neon flashing lights. Cue disco ball. I'm shining in spandex when... Flee backstage into the darkness. Then I'm outside the theatre, holding onto the brick wall. Tears streaming down my face in the winter sun. This has never happened to me before. My voice broke. Before I see Dr. Epstein again, she gives me a voice questionnaire to fill out. Do I use a great deal of effort to speak? Yes. Does my voice give out on me? Yes. Do my family have difficulty hearing me? Do I avoid groups of people? Yes. Yes. My voice is restricting my personal and my social life. My friend's getting married. She asked me to read at the wedding. My voice is still hoarse. When I arrive at the church, I'm petrified that when I reach the pulpit, nothing will come out. It's complicated. It's much more complicated than it sounds, because we are kind of a bit blasé, because we open our mouth, out comes the sound, and we think, oh, very simple. And I think that's because we think it's so simple. That's why I think that we kind of get taken aback when we have laryngitis, the voice doesn't get better, and then you start thinking, you know what, suppose my voice is going to stay like this. What am I going to do, you know? What is going to happen? All these people that I speak to say, sorry, I can't hear you, what did you say? Can you repeat? And actually you find it exhausting to repeat, and they still don't understand you. And if you happen to have an occupation which depends upon the voice, it's devastating, okay? Because your voice is really, you have your vocal signature, which enables you to pick up the phone, to call somebody, and this person says, hi Louise, how are you, what's up? Dr. Epstein tells me not to speak. She asks me questions and I nod. She'll sort this out. Have a tissue. It's what they're there for. Can you hear me running? It's late autumn. I found my running legs. Sorry, I didn't see you there. I don't think you should be cycling on the pavement. Whoa. Ooh, easy boy. Easy. Ooh. It's all right. I jumped over him. I am developing the ultimate running soundtrack.
to make every single sound. Why is my voice not working?
We're looking at three basic sources. We're looking at a power source, sound source, and a resonator, in very simple terms. So the power source in this case would be air, the lungs, the air pressure. The sound source would be the true vocal folds, vocal cords in old money, vocal folds in new currency, that are located in the larynx. And the resonator, the place where amplification takes place, is the physical space that exists in the pharyngeal chamber, which starts above the larynx up into the nasal pharynx as well. So you've got three separate artifacts, and each are vital. Each has to be in place to enable sound to be made. We have to debate the notion of primary function, and that's where things get really contentious. So if you look at the primary function of the larynx, its true job, its primary function is to keep us alive. That under the larynx, two tubes, the trachea and the esophagus, one contains food that eventually finds its way to the stomach, one contains air that goes to the lungs. There has to be a valve to stop the food going down the wrong space. So its real job is actually as a constrictor, as a mechanism that shuts down to stop food or water going down the wrong hole and then killing us. I try everything to fix my voice. I visit natural healers, lovely Mary and her music therapy. She plays the notes and I meditate. I'm a Russian farmer, struggling up a hill. My potatoes are my children. Potatoes are my children. And then my hand turns red. Bright red. My right hand is red. For weeks I wear a glove, a white glove. Mary says it's my male side. My male side is red. Do I have conflict with my male side? Mary gives me a mantra to chant. I forgive everyone and myself for everything. I no longer need to feel guilt on any level. Eventually, the redness fades. I take off the glove, but my voice still doesn't work. I try yoga, stretch all my muscles. I sign up for Reiki and meet the burping beast. She heals with a burp. She takes the pain, digests it, and then burps it out. Smell everything. Lunch, dinner, cheese, tomatoes, anchovies, tuna. My voice is indigestible. Then I meet Jacob Lieberman. He is an osteopath and he manipulates larynxes. You see, for voice production, if you think for a moment that it's a wind instrument, think about it for a second as a string instrument. You have two pulses. You have the strings, which is what we call the oscillator. It vibrates into, then you amplify it. That's the whole idea of a string instrument. So you ping the string, and then you amplify the sound with a resonating shape. Now, the larynx, first of all, is the smallest wind instrument. We take it for granted. It's the smallest musical instrument. I don't know anything smaller than that. We take it for granted. We wake up in the morning and you expect the voice to be there. So the idea is that the vocal folds to vibrate, and if you take out of the larynx, if you just the vocal folds, the mechanism on a bench, it would sound something like this. That's all it does. Then you amplify it with the rest of the vocal tract. You'll see what I mean. I think the larynx is the most powerful structure in the body because we have an obsession in the ENT clinic calculated because, you know, they vibrate. So vibration is a long distance, a few millimeters up and down. So we calculated that your vocal folds do about 5 kilometers per day. Oh. You know, my love, I did 5 kilometers on my vocal folds today. Jacob Lieberman massages my face. It's like being kneaded by an enthusiastic baker. It's very normal during this process to laugh or cry. We talk about my personal history, my 2 cesareans, or invasions as he calls them. They may have affected my voice. Do we hold memories in our voices? I was the entertainer in my family. Jacob wants me to consider that my voice may change. I don't want my voice to change. I want my old voice back. 1987. I'm running up Mulvamai Hill. A young girl tripping up a hill. But this is my hill, green and muddy. I turn around to see the view, the sweeping view in shades of green. Luscious Wales. I come up here with my friend Woody. We shout into the wind, belting out our favourite tunes, throwing notes down the hillside. We sing everywhere, in our bedrooms, in our hideout, but we sing loud on Mulvamai. Then down to my granddad's house. Dar, as me and my brother call him. He's waiting, sitting by the piano. My Dar. His trumpet glinting in the corner. The trumpet we try to blow tastes of brass. During the war, he used to play the piano in the pubs. And this is the suitcase that he took with him, his music packed inside. When I'm 10 years old, my mum can't stop me talking or singing. Louise, can you be quiet? But I can make my friends laugh. I'm the clown, the entertainer. I like making people laugh. In the youth theatre, I'm casting Quasimodo, the musical. It's a big production. My whole family come to watch me. There's a standing ovation and I love the applause. This is the first time my family have heard me sing and they're shocked. Louise, you can sing. After Quasimodo, my mum invites me to sing everywhere, every birthday, anniversary, everything. I do my party turn with my new best friend, my voice. Oh, I found it! I found the song I want to sing for my audition. I'm 18. My Dar is helping me prepare. He waits patiently in dark brown. My Dar and his long, tapered fingers. Piano-playing fingers. They rest lightly on the keys, expectantly. I take a breath. Nervous. I have an audition for Drama College in London. If I pass, I'm on the precipice of a new life, leaving Wales with my suitcase full of music and dreams. Silver. I'm at the hospital. Through the sliding doors, up the lift, I'm here to see a consultant. Mr. Rubin is examining me. He puts a spray into my throat and then he inserts a tiny camera down my throat. I try to relax and copy his sound. Can you hear me? I have a very soft voice. My name is John Rubin. I'm an ENT surgeon. I'm very interested in voice disorders. The nice thing about this stroboscopy is we can look at what looks like slow motion, because what we do is we sync what we see the light. It flashes on it syncs to the number of times per second a person's vocal folds are actually vibrating at that moment, because a typical woman's vocal folds when they vibrate in conversational speech about 200 times per second. The human eye can't keep up with that. So we don't see the fine movements. We just see the vocal folds either together or open. But if we look with slow motion, we can actually see what the vocal folds slowly opening and closing.
I can't meet my friends in the pub or restaurant. It's too noisy. My voice is not improving. Can you explain to the boys why I can't read them a bedtime story? I see another specialist, another camera goes down my throat. But it's not Mr. Rubin. Voice is getting worse. Can you take the boys to the birthday party? They'll think I'm deaf or rude. I don't want to talk about it. It's like blowing up a balloon for every single sound. I can't talk to anyone. Finally, I'm at the hospital again. I explain how it's been, how long it's been. Mr. Rubin can see I'm upset. I think he wants to send me home with steroids and antibiotics. I virtually beg him to put the camera down my throat. He puts me straight to the top of the list. Mr. Rubin wanted to look at my vocal folds under high magnification in 3D view. He has special micro instruments that are delicate enough to reach out and touch my tiny vocal folds. I'm booked in for a micro-laryngoscopy under general anaesthetic. Oh, you're in Horby City. Oh, it's my favourite. Oh, you fell off a ladder. No. Oh, you were married to a man who fell off a ladder. Oh, I see. Lovely. You relax now. You'll be asleep in no time, all right? Whoosh.
Why did you leave me? You need me. I was ready for a comeback, but you put my tap shoes in the closet.
Go away, Tammy.
Here's my audience. Anyone got a drink? Cigarette for Tammy?
No. No.
This one's for you, Bobby, the greatest choreographer in the world and creator of the Shishang movement. You had the whiskey, I had sweet wine, you ate salami, I smelt divine. And when the morning came, you went back to her again.
I created Tammy Logan to
Da,
entertain
da, da, ba, 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 ba.
Stretch.
Shoo, ba, ba, ba.
Straining my voice.
La 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 da 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 da.
For a cheap laugh.
Shishang.
Did Tammy Logan kill my voice? After I wake up, after the microlaryngoscopy, Mr. Rubin has identified a problem. I think he's pleased. He's found something.
Well, a sulcus, it's like a hole in the vocal fold. Most often, a sulcus vocalis is a condition that you're born with, whereby your vocal folds haven't quite developed, come together properly, leaving a little defect. Has like a ridge or a hole, and it's actually missing a bit of tissue. That can be quite problematic because the vocal folds, as they vibrate, air comes from below up, and it causes what we call a mucosal wave. The vocal folds, the bottom comes together, and they join together, the top comes apart, and then they come together again as the air blows through them. So if there's a defect in the vocal fold that may impact upon the way the vocal folds are open and closing, well, it's not easy to repair a sulcus because you're missing a bit of tissue. The problem with removing a sulcus is that whatever you do, when you remove something, it has to heal scar tissue. So you may be substituting a defect which somebody with a sulcus would have with scar. So it's quite
challenging for laryngologists in general to repair a sulcus. It's quite a challenging area. I have a defect on my vocal fold. Probably had it since puberty. Mr. Rubin will operate on my sulcus vocalis. I'm booked in for an operation and another general anaesthetic. Wednesday afternoon, and I'm running in white, making fresh trails in the snow. Haven't much time. I wanted to squeeze in a quick run before I pick up the boys. It's an eerie silence. Where is everyone? My voice doesn't feel any better. One of the dangers of the operation is that they can accidentally knock your teeth out. What if I wake up with no teeth? What if I wake up with no voice? What if they take out my voice and forget to put it back in? That's what I'm afraid of. Store it in the back of some cupboard. What if I don't wake up? Whoa, my toes are frozen. I've been making lists. Things I can do with my voice. Acting, singing, reading bedtime stories. Things I can do without my voice. Writing, painting, running. I'm running down snowy streets, past powdered trees and bushes. I could work in a library. Work in a library. My da had a stroke. He won't be able to walk again. He used to love dancing with my nan. He won't be able to play the piano again or sing. I already miss his beautiful tenor voice. I'm 8 years old, standing in the doorway to the kitchen, watching my nan and da waltzing across the black and white tiles. My cheeks are flushed because I've caught them dancing. The old radio was blaring and I should run away, but I'm stuck to the spot. They're gliding across the floor, dirty dishes left in the sink. His strong arm holding her pretty little feet on tiptoes, high arches. They don't even notice me. They've been together 66 years. My nan wants to give me Da's suitcase with all the sheet music inside. Suddenly I can't breathe. Where is everyone? I need to get back to pick up the boys. Things I can do without my voice. Running. Can you hear me? Can you hear me running? Know how this works if you've been in casualty. Oh, there's nothing wrong with you. Your husband was ill, was he? Don't you worry. You'll be asleep in no time. Relax now. Whoosh.
Silence. We don't know how to deal with silence. So for me, the voice means everything, really. So the voice is who we are. It's also kind of it's a medium of expression. So that's why people, when we put people on a voice rest, just following surgery, for example, a lot of people come back and tell us this is the most difficult thing that was ever asked of them. So it's not like you tell a person, okay, you know, your leg is on plaster and you have to sit there and put your foot up on a sofa and don't move, okay? or hobble around or whatever. So you can understand restriction, but this is restriction in expression. And actually, people find that when they haven't got means of expression, they don't exist. Most people actually find it very difficult because all of a sudden, that's it. You know, the right of expression has been taken away from them, plaster over the mouth, that's it. They can't do anything. Silence. Somebody switched the sound off.
Hi, I'm Ivana. I'm the manager today. How can I help you? You can't speak? You've had an operation? Cappuccino? Okay. Is that large? With chocolate? All right. That would be £2.89. £2.89. What name shall I put on the cup? Okay, I put no name on the cup. Enjoy your coffee. can speak for 5 minutes per hour for 2 weeks. At night, my dreams are loud. Loud as the roaring seas. Dreams in colour, high definition. I dream of dogs chasing me, a girl crying. I wake up screaming. Dr. Rubin again. He's pleased with my progress. I can start to exercise my voice and rebuild it. My sounds are improving every day. And then I'm back to see Mr. Rubin again. The voice is feeling better. I want to be discharged from the hospital. Finish my medical journey. Mr. Rubin speaks softly, but his words sting. My vocal folds are moving, but they're not quite as elastic as he would have hoped. To perform 8 shows a week, my vocal folds need to work very, very symmetrically to withstand that kind of activity. His words fall like hailstones. He's done everything possible, there's nothing more to be done. But it's not the improvement we were hoping for. It's doubtful I'll sing professionally again. I won't sing again. What's the point of me without my voice?
I originally started running because it was free, but now I realise it's actually freedom from the stresses of the day, from the breath of fresh air I get isn't just from being in the open
And I love
at the top of the hill or in the woods.
That has
It's from
always
clearing
been
my
part
head.
of my life since I was a child. I ran after having each of my babies, and I also ran through a really hard divorce, and it has become my best friend in so many ways.
I'm 35, I'm a mum of 6, I work hard. I like
It's
running
who I
because
am.
it's
It
my
gives me
escape
space
from
to be
my
away
family,
from
my
everyone,
world,
to think
and a bit
it's
of me
therapy.
time.
Next
It
year
allows
I'll
me
be
to come back
70.
and be a better
I've been
parent
running
and
since
hopefully
I
a
was a
better
teenager.
person.
I love running because it keeps me healthy.
I think the thing that I like most about running is that it sorts me mind, body, spirit. It kind of connects all those levels in me. Because I like
in my life.
to run.
I feel it's such a natural thing to do.
Mental health
Again, I think
as
we've
much as my
evolved to run, the
physical
will to
health.
run.
and
to be out
it makes me feel
in the open,
vital
running through
and
the
alive.
grass.
Not being judged,
You keep
going
trying,
out and being
as you run, it gets a
competitive
little
with
bit
my
easier.
number one enemy,
And
which is me.
one day, you're running around and you think to yourself, do you know what? I'm going to be able to do this.
Once I'm out
It's a great
to be
feeling.
there, putting one foot in front of the other, everything is simple. In a way that it isn't always in the rest of life. I've decided to run the London Marathon. I'm training in purple down city streets. I'm running up Primrose Hill, punching my fist to reach the top. Years ago I came here with my friends. We watched the dawn break and the sun rise. I'm running through Hampstead, skipping over puddles, down narrow streets, blue plaques celebrating great lives, artists and poets. The city sirens fade. I'm running. I'm running. This is my longest run yet. I'm running through the rain, through Holloway, fighting up to Archway. My body is greased with sweat, jacket stuck to my skin. After the marathon, I will burn this coat. Dawn breaks. The day of the marathon arrives. My stomach's knotted. I've hardly slept. I slurp a bowl of porridge, and another, and 3 bowls of porridge later, and I'm on the tube. A pair of trainers. With all the other trainers. We're riding the tube on a tidal wave of hope. We're all holding on for the start, balancing. At the meeting point, I have to wee in a female urinal down a cardboard chute. My bottom's exposed. A line of female bare bottoms. And then I'm running. Can you hear me running? I'm running in the London Marathon. It's my first time. The sound of crowds cheering, relatives whooping. This is it. Here I am, a runner. Can you hear me breathing? I'm breathing with the pack. We're a huge, panting life force. I'm caught in the marathon void. It's pulling me ahead. My dog will be watching on the TV, propped up in bed. We turn another corner and we're going over the River Thames. There's a helicopter whirring above. The sound of thudding trainers, flapping costumes. I'm catching up Batman in black. You must be roasting. I'm passing him. Keep going, Batman! Keep running! We turn a corner and the crowd cheers. I'm dressed in red. Lampposts, crowds, steady pummeling of souls. Another corner to navigate, another street to cross. I'm sinking. What if I stop running? I tried to forgive myself, I fixed my voice, I tried to. I'm running for Shelter. They are an incredible charity, providing shelter and roofs for women and children in need. I am running for hot baths and fleecy coats. Is it Mr. Reuben in the crowd? Mr. Reuben! I'm running! I never got to thank you, Mr. Reuben, for trying to fix my voice. I'm very grateful. Louise, are you ready? No! I'm running the marathon. And then I see my family. My mum, Steve, the boys, cheering me. You see me running. They're shouting, "Mummy, Mummy!" for a moment, I feel strong again, filled with love. In the crowd, they look like angels.
Why did you leave me? You need me.
Go away, Tammy! I don't need you now. Now it's dark. Tall buildings blocking the light. No name, cappuccino. We say no name on the cup. What if I can't sing? What if I can't act or work again? Dar's suitcase is hidden away. I don't look at it. Things I can do without my voice. Run! And there's Woody running up Old Ramai and Dar's house down there. Dar with my beautiful tenor voice. Batman's overtaking me. He's on my right shoulder. His feet barely touching the ground. He's invincible. Go, Batman, go! Oh, my bloody toes. I can't run anymore. I see my family again. My mum, Steve. I'm running. The little ones on Steve's shoulders. They're laughing. I'm smacking the pavement now. Feet like lead. The crowd are cheering something. What's that? You're nearly there! Ah, you're nearly there! No, no, there's 6 miles to go yet! Come on! I'm using short, thumping words now, profanities. I'm not failing at this! Can you hear me running? Can you? Can you? Here! 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 Finishing line. Family. Did you see me running? We saw you running, Mummy. You beat Batman. 2010, and my first job back is Sherlock for the BBC. First ever episode, Study in Pink. I play the Pink Lady, but ironically I'm murdered in the first scene. So I lie still and silent while the cast and crew step over me for 2 days. But I work. I star in Mike, a short film. It wins a Crystal Bear in Berlin. And I start writing, picking up my pen, playwriting, and running. Another 10K race. Do I sound different? Can you hear me?
Well, I would say your voice sounds like your own voice. You know, there is something very kind of familiar about your voice. A certain warmth to it, whatever. But there is a husk in the background. It doesn't sound kind of, you know, absolutely crystal clear. And maybe this is your vocal signature. And maybe if we gave you this clear voice, nobody would know who you are when you actually speak to them. So this is another thing. This is why, you know, when we deal with a voice, it's so refined. Because if you took Bruce Springsteen and you gave him absolute clean voice, and you kind of, which would raise the speech and take away this kind of roughness that we all love, nobody would know who he is. And maybe this feature of your voice gives you a different edge, that you, this is you. That you open your mouth to speak and think, aha, that's me.
Autumn 2013, and I'm in a casting for an advert, a cure for erectile dysfunction. Suddenly my brother's on the phone. He sounds distant. He wants me to come home. What, now? I'm in a casting. It's Friday afternoon. The train will be packed and expensive. Director will see you. It's hard to say, really. You can't use your mobile phone in here. Excuse me? Excuse me? Where are you going? I'm standing on the train. Grey buildings, smoke billowing, train tracks, trampolines, terraces. Broken toys lean to extensions. Allotments, canal boats, fields, hedgerows, houses, stream, big sky. Wales. I'm at the hospital holding my Dar's frail hand. He's struggling to breathe. My nan wants us to sing with him. My Dar always believed I would sing again. I start to hum his favourite hymn. It was written by the Swedish poet Carl Gustav Boberg. He wrote it when he was walking home from church one day, and there was a massive thunderstorm. And then suddenly the storm passed and a rainbow appeared. My Dar is trying to sing. With every breath his lungs rattle. But he's singing. My nan won't let him leave. They've been together for 66 years. She shouts, "Come back!" My family stand in black beside his coffin in the drafty church. Outside, the leaves rustle in the wind. The notes slip under the church door, escape into the breeze, climbing up the Welsh hillside, and down North. This is my Dar's last song. We're breathing together for his final journey. How great thou art. To Alexander Palace, where I live now, with my boys. This is our patch, our home. I've been thinking about writing a story about my voice. I found Dar's old suitcase, flipped the clasps open. Stand with me on this hill. On a clear day like today, you can pan the streets of London from left to right. The streets I ran through on marathon day, the hospital, the boys' school, my house over there, Dr. Rubin's medical room. In the National Theatre, the director speaks and the cast listen. Dr. Epstein helps a girl who's lost her voice. Londoners speak and stutter, and their words float up into the trees. A yellow car moves in the distance, and a red bus roars past. Louise, are you ready? Although your heart is aching, smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Your face with gladness, hide any trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Can you hear me singing?
I'm Steve, who directed this. Just if you don't know me, what's really important, I don't know whether you know, but this is kind of 10 days of work in progress in a room that came to this. And what's really important to us, because it's a research and development piece, is your feedback, because that's what it's all about. It's kind of testing it in front of an audience. It's really, really valuable to get your feedback. So we've given you feedback forms. If you could fill them in, we're going to have a quick kind of question and answer session, but I'm going to leave you kind of 3 or 4 minutes to try and fill them in. And then we'll just have a quick question and answer session as well. I hope you can stay for that. If you really can't, go. But please do put the feedback form, fill out as much as you can. That'd be fantastic. Thank you.
Really?
Any lights to bring up? Any more lights to bring up?
Is that enough? Steve. Oh, Steve. 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 Is that...
Yes.